Until my story is not a fable. I'm goddamn well to give under the table. I'm over, I used to be young. I'm still on me and back the son of a gun. Now straight at you, baby. Fuck that, come straight to hell with me. Take me out, I'm great and fat. I'll tell all that cause it's a fact. I may be just a drunk and a man. I leave it out cause I'm the fucking dead. I'm over, I used to be young. I'm still on me and back the son of a gun. Now straight at you, baby. Fuck that, come straight to hell with me. Just what he called me. My arms so naked I can't see. But skin me up a split for chopping out. Now it's time you'll see this whole get shine. I'm over, I used to be young. I'm still on me and back the son of a gun. Now straight at you, baby. Fuck that, come straight to hell with me. I'm over, I used to be young. I'm still on me and back the son of a gun. Now straight at you, baby. Fuck that, come straight to hell with me. Fuck that, come straight to hell with me. Yeah.
What's up?
That was a great video, man.
That was killer,
Nice.
man.
Yeah, I liked it.
So here the fuck we are, man. Inebrination. And
Happy birthday, Splatterhead.
cheers, man. It's tomorrow, but
How the hell is he not fucking 50 like us?
I know.
We celebrated mine again after my birthday, but whatever, man.
Yeah.
You should
Cheers.
be 50.
What are you drinking there, the Tem?
I am drinking a friend of the show,
Angry Dads.
Yeah. We had him on when we were at Raceway Park for Oktoberfest last year. This is
I'm
the only
fucking
beer
everything
he
up.
makes.
There we go.
Only beer he makes, and you know what? It's all he needs to make.
He promotes the shit out of that beer, man.
It's you know what? It's more of a brand than a brew.
It's a nice amber ale. It's all he needs.
I think it's brewed by Beach House, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Point Pleasant, I think. I think it's brewed by them.
Well, it does say 5.5 alcohols, an Angry Dad, angrily brewed. And I've been drinking for a while. So
Well, fucked up. Once Mikey came out, I got to adjust the fucking camera again. It doesn't fit me and Groby.
Beach House Brewery.
Yeah, Point Pleasant.
Yeah, that's it. Beach House Brewery. Yeah, Belmar. Yeah, Point Pleasant, whatever.
So does he lease their brew system or?
No, he probably just gave them a recipe and they make it for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he's more about like having a brand than pushing it out there, and which is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you should have seen him at Oktoberfest. He had this van that pulled up, said Angry Dad all over. It was like a food truck. Then he had just it was him and a bunch of gorgeous women at his truck. That was it.
Yeah.
Then he came over and gave us a 6-pack and we interviewed him.
Yeah.
Strong business model.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you drinking, Groby?
I'm drinking a Splatterhead cream ale.
I want that.
Yeah.
And it's pretty fucking good. I'm going to put it up against the other cream ale I have.
There you go.
So,
well, Mikey, what do you have?
So, my friend, I recently returned from sunny Southern California, and I picked up a 4-banger. This is Abnormal Brewing out of San Diego, California. And
nice.
Yeah, they do pretty good. This thing is called Hazy Dreams, hazy style IPA. It's got a little dream catcher emblem on it, and it comes in at 6.9 alcohols. Let's see what it looks like.
I don't know what this is. He didn't tell me. So
that's like a 3.8 banger.
Oh, okay.
It's like a Jenny, man.
Oh, okay.
I think it tastes kind of like a Jenny too.
Yeah, that's what I was
Tennessee
thinking.
cream
Yeah.
ale's pretty good, man. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that stuff.
We used to load up the back seat with fucking beer balls, man, because they were like fucking $18.
Yeah.
Fucking load them up, fuck drive around all night.
All right, so you got a good little color, good little thing right there. Looks delicious. Oh yeah, that's good. You know, I was reluctant to come around to the whole hazy IPA thing, but dude, that shit's like, you know, double dry hop is fucking delicious, man. Like,
Oh yeah.
it's
Yeah, I
so-
just took it in stride. The whole
You know what else?
thing's
Is,
getting hazy and everything. It's like whatever.
so what I'm drinking
Knotheads.
is I'm drinking a beer from what's this brewery from? They're from Milwaukee.
Milwaukee,
Which is in Wisconsin.
where they make cheese.
Yeah, and it's pretty fucking banging. It's I think it's pretty low ABV, but this one here is
I think it's like 4.
yeah. It's an old brewery, and this is they call this the Champagne of beers.
Oh,
This is the Miller High Life.
You're on the label. I like it.
It's the Miller High Life, and he's not in the tool shed.
I know. What the hell?
No.
He upgraded.
Now look. Now that he's here, we can see
Yeah.
both of me
Yeah.
and you just fine.
Everybody's visible.
Yeah.
Clutch. You came
So
in
I have
clutch,
I have the
What-
Miller High Life, which is a very tasty. I'm enjoying this. I think it's a tasty beverage.
Can you guys hear me here? I can't hear myself.
No.
I couldn't
No,
hear.
We can't hear you.
No, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me say "fuck you"?
We cannot hear you.
No,
say
we can't
fuck
hear you say "fuck you."
Did you just say fuck you? Because I didn't hear that.
No. So what's going on?
Everybody, what I miss? What I miss?
You miss what are we drinking?
What are you drinking?
You go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to yell at the kid. Go away. Apparently I'm swearing with headphones
You're
on. I
supposed
can't
to.
hear myself.
No.
Yeah, put your headphones
You gotta
on.
put $1 in the jar, Daddy.
All right.
Yeah, we
I'll
can't
be
hear
right
you
back.
either, but you can hear us.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we don't know what Boogie's drinking. So what the hell's
me try
going
this
on,
way.
man? We
Got
got
I'm opening another one. You can't see
All
this.
we got a lot of shit going on though. We got good
Green
stuff
screen.
coming up.
Yeah, we got a lot of shit coming up, man.
Yeah, we got
We're gonna be
Howard.
down- we're gonna be
Howard
down-
wants to come on the show next week to
Yeah,
talk
cool.
about the Spring Fest. So
Nice.
We got any brewers from there?
not yet. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're working on it. So
And we will be broadcasting from Lenoka Harbor next weekend.
Lenoka, is that next weekend?
I'll be
Yeah,
right back.
17th, man.
Holy shit.
All right.
Mid-April.
I thought it was in May. Shit.
May 17th is St. Patrick's Day.
What?
Oh, no. Mark.
You're fired, man. Jesus.
May 17th is St. Patrick's Day. What the hell?
Ah,
Jimbo!
Something happened on May 17th. I don't know what it is.
Jimbo's here. Jimbo's drinking a Sierra Nevada hazy. Cheers, guys.
hazy
Cheers.
little thing. Yeah.
Jimbo, I got the Miller High Life. It's
Champagne beer.
it's
Does it-
from
did- on the can-
Milwaukee. It's the Champagne of beers.
Does the can have Sweet Lady alcohol right there on the label too?
I don't think it does.
'Cause you know how the bottles have the Lady in the Moon? Like I'm gonna.
Yeah,
get
I
that.
don't see. Oh, she's up there. You can barely see her though, or that's
Yeah, I don't
just a
see
scuff
any.
on the can. Yeah,
I
don't
got
know.
a new one here. I got a
See,
ice
I remember
cream.
when I was a kid, there was a train wreck in Berkshire Valley. And one of the cars that flipped over was a refrigerated boxcar full of 8-packs of High Life. So, needless to say, my basement, because my dad was a fireman, was filled ceiling to floor with cases of 8-packs. Like all the other firemen in the township.
Nice.
True story.
So,
Oh, besides that, I was drinking the High Life. He's drinking one of the cream ales that I made, and we're also drinking a little bit of marijuana, a with some
Drinking
with some hash,
Hmm.
and
You're drinking that like that like
Well,
that
no,
cannabinoid
no,
moonshine
no.
that the boogie had. That one time?
No, we were smoking it, and then I had a couple of vodkas earlier,
Wakas.
so it's gonna be a fun night, man.
Talk more about that cream ale. I want to hear more about it. I love cream ales.
This?
Yeah.
It's like Genesee, man.
Yeah,
Fuck
that's
yeah.
Bang it down.
that's what I was shooting.
He should
for.
sell it in beer balls.
Yeah,
I wrote an entire album by drinking a case of Genesee cream ale that came in a wooden case.
Yes.
You
nice.
should sell it in beer balls.
For which
Come get
band?
some of Chuck's creamy balls.
Mike Blanks and the Stabs.
You know what? Why can't we sell craft beers in fucking beer balls?
I think you can. You could say, "Come get my creamy balls."
We
Fucking do it.
got to beat the hipsters to
Fuck yeah.
something.
Oh, I know. Hey, if you're a hipster and you're listening, you take your
Yeah.
top knot, and cover your ears. You didn't hear
Yeah.
that shit.
It was our idea. We'll beat your fucking knothead ass.
That's right.
You synced it here first.
Yeah. You and your fucking kale.
Fucking kale.
One more
is
time. I'll
kale?
be right back.
You and your fucking
Okay.
kale.
What the fuck? is kale?
I eat kale all the time.
Yeah, I eat kale too, man.
That-
No, I'm gonna do this one next.
Okay.
I've been pounding them today. I'm going to tell you what I'm drinking now. I got Ice Dreams Peach. You probably can't make it out.
What is it? Fried ice cream?
Ice Dreams Peach.
Okay.
So it's
Is Ice Dreams the brewery?
that's what I'm about to find out here. It says a
I feel like that's
drive-in
the name of the
delight.
beer.
It's 5 alcohols.
Drive into the light.
It's a driving delight. It's fine.
Dressed up like a douche.
It says Pizza Boy. Like right there at the bottom.
That's probably the brewery.
Oh, Pizza
Yeah.
Boy is out
Yeah.
like Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania, effort
it's a
somewhere around there.
It says Enola, PA.
Yeah,
That's
Enola,
the-
yeah, by the
that's-
racetrack.
Yeah, all right. You know what? It's not bad, man. I like this.
Does it taste like a creamsicle?
It's it's like a sour-ish peach, really.
Mm.
I've had creamsicle ones before. This is not so much like a creamsicle, but a sour peach.
There's
So here's some other shit coming up. May 8th.
the
We have we have a fucking winner takes all home brewing competition going on
A Bolero Snort.
at Bolero Snort, and check out we put a team together because you can have a brewing team. So the team that we put together is me, Groby, Laura, and Splatterhead Jr. is flying home for this.
Oh,
event.
nice.
And what's cool is that so I wanted to go into this and I'm not going to mention what crazy shit that I'm attempting to do with
Don't
this,
do it. Don't give away the secret sauce.
but we're doing some crazy shit because Bolero Snort's known for like crazy fucking beers, like cakes and shit in their beers, like all kinds of nutty shit. So I'm like, well, if I'm going to go there, I'm going to go fucking like, I'm going to either like go big and fucking fail or go big and like have them go, whoa, fuck you.
There's no in
asshole.
between with us. And either it
Right.
sucks or it's the best thing you ever had.
So I'm talking.
Man.
so I'm talking
no
about.
in between.
I'm going over my theory with Laura, and the next day she comes up with a list of like crazy fucking beer ideas, and I agreed with every one of them. So I'm like, we got to do like 1 gallon batches like this weekend of like
trials, pilot batches.
her concept of these fucking beers, but they're fucking wild and out of the world fucking insane ideas for beers. So
Coca-Cola already beat you to Peeps, so there's that.
Yeah. No, I know.
we're not.
Yeah,
we're not.
somebody made the Peeps
Well,
beer.
no.
fucking
Here's
years
the
ago.
deal. They're also going to be beers that, like, if you looked at it, you'd go, "Oh, I want to drink that." But
I'm also gonna have a beer that looks like vomit, like a cup.
but like this is crazy. But I definitely like the flavor. Like this fucking thing that I'm looking at.
I personally like the Creole concept thing he threw at me.
Yeah, no, I have a
secret.
Nolans concept going. So
All right.
You know what I like?
well, I can. You know what? I can tell you the themes of the beers, the theme ingredients, without telling you what type of beer they're going into.
I'm just saying, I know that Laura likes really bitter stuff, so I'm wondering what ideas she gave you.
Well, one of them does include bitter melon, so
Okay.
but
Yeah, man, that place was closed when I went by.
yeah, that's all right. So, but what I can do is I can't tell you. I can't tell you. So I won't tell you what I'm doing for the competition.
Yeah,
All right.
Actually, you're not gonna give away the secret recipe.
But you'll-
right?
But I'll throw a couple of ideas at you that came like collaborations, like mostly from Laura, and then like one that I really stuck head fast to that I came up with. So one is going to be and Mikey, you're going to know a lot of these flavors from like your childhood. So one is going to be like a mango chili.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. Love
Right?
that shit. Love it.
So if you think of like a mangonada or chamoy, something like in that vein, right?
Just
yeah. So that's
Founders did one called Mango Magnifico, but it's way too fucking sweet, dude.
right. Yeah, and
Avoid that.
Yeah.
But if you can replicate that, I'll drink all of them.
Right. And then another one is sort of like a play on a Mexican lager, but it's an ale because I don't have time to lager a beer, even not only for sampling, but also from the time that I brew to the time that the beer has to be entered to the competition. There's no time to lager, but I have like a familiar flavor profile to a Mexican lager.
Oh.
And that's also going to include some tamarind and a little bit of chili in there as well. So, very heavy, like Chicano fucking California profile to that.
Oh.
And, I'm getting called out now.
No,
Did someone say Mexican? Jews here. And then, so here's my big one, right? Everybody does coffee beers and all that shit, but I'm like throwing that out the fucking like, okay, cool, but I can play with that. And fucking chicory beignet.
That's the one I want.
Chicory and beignet, right? Because those are two shits that go together.
Who doesn't love beignets? Oh,
yeah.
my fat ass does. I'll tell you that.
Actually,
damn right.
Somebody and I'm not like whatever beer I brew, and I'm not telling you what kind of beer it's going into, but I'm not fucking around. There's beignets going into this beer. It's not going to be, it's not going to be. Let's try to mimic the flavor. There's a CIA trained fucking chef a block away, in his house, fucking whipping up beignets for me now for this beer. And
man, I need a bag to take home.
Yeah. And
I was like, can you send some beignets this way?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, and there's another one too, but I can't fucking for the life of me remember which ones I said and which ones I didn't right now. So,
the tamarindo with some chili and fresh mango could be
that.
That could be
depending on what it goes in.
I am not opposed to that at all.
Depending on the beer too. And
you gotta find the right base.
No, I have it. I just can't tell it to you right now.
Don't give away the secret sauce. Don't do it.
And so I think like those right there, and then there is another one, but I'll keep that I'm pretending that I'm keeping it under wraps, but I'm actually stoned and drunk, and I can't remember what.
If I just gave away the.
Yeah.
See what happens when they're in the same room with me.
But I'm keeping that under wraps. Yeah. Kobe shows up with the fucking hash, and it all goes to hell.
He's like, here, check this out. You rub the hash on it, then you sprinkle the what's the fuck the dust
Look.
called?
Let's all pretend we can't. Let's all pretend we can't hear Rodney.
That's all right. I haven't said anything anyway.
I know.
What are you
I
drinking?
see your mouth moving, but
Yeah, well, I had to.
Yeah,
go
what are
yell.
you drink? What's
sign language
Rodney
what you're
drinking?
I mean, Boogie.
Yeah, yeah, whatever.
So what are you drinking anyway, Boogie?
Dad, all right. I got to take the headphones off because I can't. I'm not used to it. I'm so out of use with headphones, and I'm using
You
my
can't
son's
drink with headphones on.
That's cool, man.
No.
But I'll tell you what, it's going to be really funny because when you take them off,
I've
you're
got
going
my
to realize
son's
that,
little kid
you're
headphones.
going to realize that you
I
can
can't
hear
find
us.
mine.
Hear
So
shit.
that's
So
cool.
we're all gonna be saying stuff to you. You're not
So
gonna hear
I'm
nothing.
just
Yeah.
going to go no headphones here.
We're going to be
Anyway.
like I'm tickling Boogie's balls right now. He has no idea. He's like, yeah, this is cool. No headphones. They're not comfortable, but
He's
you
probably
know,
liking the ball tickling though.
yeah.
Look, he froze.
He froze.
Oh, there
No,
he goes.
It doesn't work without headphones.
What?
Wait, he has a microphone.
It's like fuck.
Boogie, what are you
I
drinking?
can't hear you.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
no
I
shit, because
know.
you don't have the headphones on. You goddamn
Yeah.
monster.
Fuck you.
Right?
There you go.
See how that works? You need headphones to hear
better.
us.
Now, what are you drinking
Well,
for Christ's
Mr.
sakes?
Boogie, what
We,
are you
we've
drinking?
already established you have like some sort of like third world
See,
internet.
this is great. Like
Ooh.
usually, like
What is
we
this?
get like usually like
Shut
I'm like
up.
we get the white trash into the room, but I started off with a Miller High Life, so what the fuck?
Yeah,
I can't.
I mean, where
talk
do you
shit.
go from there?
Yeah, well,
It's all
no
downhill
place
from
to
there.
go but up. No place to go but up.
Some
Anyway,
seltzer
I'm
beers.
drinking. No, these are actually ciders. This is because the beers just aren't laying right with me lately, man. I got to keep something with alcohol in me. Beer's not working so good. So I'm back on the ciders. This is the
Right.
Down East unfiltered craft cider. Right now I'm drinking the pear.
Is that from
And,
Maine?
it's pretty.
I would think
where
with
is
that
this
down
from?
east talk.
Oh,
Oh look,
I don't know where it's in.
this look here, Chewy.
Boston,
the secret ingredient is Mrs. Dash.
Dash.
Always was. That or it's that
Hams.
or Obey.
Ben Gay.
Actually, you're not
No,
off here.
but
This is the Down East Cider House is in Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston, Mass.
All right.
Beantown.
Boston, Mass.
Boston.
But this I got the sampler and it's got this is the pear. This is 5.3 of the alcohols. It's got pear, the original blend, which I guess is just like an apple cider, and then a blackberry, which I think I'm gonna try next.
nice.
But yeah, this is pretty tasty. nice
Put
and,
your
of
put your
course, with-
pinky out.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'd be mixing all of them with a bottle of Absolute.
Well,
We know
I'm
that.
drinking I'm drinking from Equilibrium,
Ooh.
the harvester of Simcoe, which
What is that?
Groby shut up with, and
Is
it is
juicy?
Yeah,
well, I'll
I got
tell
the
you what it
Slayer
is.
one the
It's-
last time, so I got this one.
It's 8.8 alcohols,
Hey.
and I've been trying to track these beers down, which is fucked up because the brewery is literally like 20 minutes
Yeah,
from my
like
house,
20
so
minutes
I
from the
should
house.
just be able to go over there, but I'm busy and shit. It's easier, like their beers are more widely distributed in Jersey than they are in New York. So this is 8.8 alcohols. It's a double IPA, and it's got it's themed after one of the lesser Metallica records, you know, but it's cool. I'll drink it.
Not one of the good ones, like the gas station one or whatever the fuck.
Right. Yeah, the gas station one.
Yeah, it wasn't like the Slayer one.
But here you go.
Rain and Blood.
And it is being consumed out of a Brewskits glass, which is a brew for you and Fido too. It's a company that they don't make beer, but they reach out to local breweries and they use their spent grains to make dog biscuits. So
yeah.
Oh, that place is cool. Yeah.
Which Laura's been making fucking like she's been making so much banging shit out of the beers that we make together. Like she's taking the spent grains and doing like biscuits for the dog, crackers for us, bread. It's insane.
Well,
yeah, you can mill it and make flour.
Right?
Yeah. At the beginning of the pandemic.
Me and Chuck were given like the grain when we were doing it at my house. I would give it to my daughter, and she was making dog biscuits. So I go over and hang out with the hillbillies on Wednesday, and I brought a big bag of them to give those guys for their dogs. And they're like, "Oh, dog!" I was like, "Yeah." I go, "But you can eat them." And they're like, "Really?" And they're like, "These are pretty good. What are these?" I go, "Oh, they're like cheese and bacon." And they're like, "These are pretty good." Motherfuckers ate all of them. They didn't bring out any for the dogs. They ate all the dog biscuits.
I'm 100% sure my little brother did that at like a 4th of July thing when we were kids. He thought they were like little Girl Scout cookies or some shit. Motherfuckers eating little dog biscuits. He's never been the same since. He's retarded. You guys talked to him before.
I've met him in person. I thought he was
touched.
I knew he was tarded the minute we met. But
he lives a charmed life.
So, and I still haven't. Those beers have still not materialized on my porch. So
I've decided I hate working, so maybe I'll show up at his doorstep one night.
We gave him 3 addresses.
No, I know. I gave him one. And then said when he passing it. But yeah, he's been closed the last 2 weeks doing construction and stuff. He got like a bobcat and some crap he was like ripping out because he had a sinkhole in his parking lot.
Oh. So maybe we should go there when he opens.
Yeah.
But
so,
no, they're coming.
Shit, I would have went down and worked for him.
Yeah, no, they're coming. It's gonna be it
has to be a lot easier than climbing up and down ladders all fucking day.
Dark and Stormy, I think this one of the stouts, and then the Braggot, I believe, is what's coming your way. Or it might be Ryan Hart, Dark and Stormy.
Nice. I'll take a Braggot.
Yeah, so he's got a Braggot, and then the Ryan Hart is like a rye barrel aged Scotch style ale, and then the Dark and Stormy it's like a strong dark ale with ginger and aged in a rum barrel, so it tastes like a Dark and Stormy cocktail.
Oh yeah, nice. I want that.
I like Dark and Stormies.
Oh, dude, it's so good, bro. And there's a little bit of lime in there too.
So we do have a guest coming on tonight, and we're pretty stoked about that because some of us were just like
in awe,
little kids when this band came out, and some of us were already grown men.
Mikey was
but I think
Rodney, he ain't even fucking 50 years old yet. He looks at me. Some of us are little kids. It looks at me. I'm like, I'm the only one here.
But I think at the end of the day, when the band came out, it probably had the same effect on all of us in certain aspects. But before we bring our guest on, I think Tim has a drunk news story lined up.
I can do that, but I got to tell you one thing before I do drunk news now.
Are you drinking another one of those sangria beers?
I got another breakfast beer. I was going to drink. I bought it for Chuck so I could drink it for his birthday. But it's my third one a half hour into the show. But it was rumored that Mike Blank was the drummer for this band coming up. And well, we just went with it. He's like,
just roll with it.
Yeah, exactly. It was rumored that I was he who cannot be named from the Dwarves.
Yeah, just roll with it. Yeah,
exactly.
take
Why
that.
not?
Yeah, if it helps.
Listen, I'm going to leave the studio and come
They're
back.
the second greatest band in the world, you know.
Yeah, after the meat man.
Next to the meat man.
I'm gonna leave the studio and come back and do the drunk news story.
How long is this going to take you? Jesus.
I
I'm
think
going to
this
reload.
is
I'll be right back.
It'll be a few
This is a
seconds.
professional
Watch
you know,
this.
thing we
Few
have
seconds.
going on here. 2 seconds. Jesus.
Oh, geez,
See,
Louise.
now when you guys leave, it screws me
Yeah,
and
now
Groby
we're all
up.
fucked up.
We
Yeah,
have to
now
hug
we can
each other
only
now.
see microphone and part of Chuck's face. Now we can see
Yeah,
the side of Groby's grill.
right. So, but you know, it's all going to be worth it in the end because we're funny as fuck.
It's true. It's true. And you're super funny high. You say like a lot when you're high. So like, and then like,
Dude, I say like a lot all the time. It's still
yeah.
like
Well, I mean, it's
a California
nature.
thing.
Yeah, it's
Like,
where you're from. But
yeah.
I don't think I ever said like that many times in a sentence when you're describing your
Right.
beers. You're like we're gonna like put like this stuff.
Dude,
Like,
when I used to do this when I used to do the football podcast and I had to edit it out for content because the guys
going too long.
our network didn't like the they wanted us to be clean.
Oh,
But seriously, I'm the only one that obeyed the rules.
all right. I'm just
the wrong tree.
all right, here we go.
Look at him.
Tim is
You need music like the you need like fucking like the Storm Field fucking theme song or something.
Hey, I at least got this behind me here. Like, check it out.
Pretty sweet.
Drunk news. All right. Drunk man arrested for banging on doors, windows of Port Charlotte home. Oh my God, you should see this guy. He's got one of those neck beards and like Sammy, what's his name? Sammy Hagar hair. Freaking beautiful, man. But anyway, a Northport man was arrested after banging on the doors and windows of a Port Charlotte family's home. The Charlotte County Sheriff's Office in Bradley Davidson was arrested after the incident early Thursday morning. The home was located on Eisenhower Drive. Charlotte County deputies found Davidson standing on the front porch of the home when they arrived on the scene. CCSO said he was noticeably intoxicated and smelled of alcohol. The husband of the woman who called 911 said he found Davidson wandering around their property while he was getting ready for work. Oh, whoa. According to CSO, Davidson told the husband that he was lost and he thought he was in Northport. The couple told deputies that Davidson was asked to leave after they told him in Port Charlotte. Deputies said he came back after a while and started looking in the family's windows. Oh, sounds like a creep. Davidson started screaming and swearing while outside their door and would not leave, according to the Charlotte County deputies. He also started banging on the doors and windows at the home. The couple feared Davidson, so they grabbed a baseball bat in case he got into the home and called 911. There you go.
Nice.
I'll bring up a picture of this guy later, but we should get our guest on the show now.
We should get our guest on. Boogie Buzzard actually, initiated this contact with our
And now
guest.
there's just a vacant chair there.
And now there's just a vacant chair.
Go.
There we go. Oh, there he is.
Maybe they got some bad blood or some dirt or something.
Rodney, please announce. He can't
Tim
hear
was
us.
reading some stupid news story.
Please announce our next guest.
Stupid news story you found.
Oh, me? Why me? You're the host.
'Cause-
I'm just like some lackey who helped find
Right,
awesome
You hooked it up.
guests.
right. And now
Anyway.
I'm telling you to introduce our next
Yeah.
guest.
You are our Gary the retard.
Let it be known that you use the word lackey, not us.
Yeah.
Not that I disagree.
Or anyway, our guest this evening is none other than one of the 4 beautiful young ladies that started the group known as Cycle Sluts From Hell out of New York City. The one and only Miss Queen Vixen from the Cycle Sluts From Hell. And how can you not love a band that has a song
Cheers.
called I Wish You Were, especially for this show?
I would like to discuss neckbeards first and foremost.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I have this theory that everybody terrible has a neckbeard. Like that guy that just did all the Asian massage parlor murders, neckbeard.
Definitely neckbeard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Crazy
agree.
culty people always have neckbeards, and it doesn't get
Rednecks,
enough.
Mom's
The-
basement.
The yeah.
I was gonna say, what
hillbillies.
about
Yeah.
the Amish?
Yeah, I mean, the
Well,
Amish
that's-
are pretty peaceful, but
Did the
no,
Amish get a
The
balance?
Amish,
no,
the Amish
no,
don't have
no.
neckbeards.
We
No,
have
the
some
Amish
great
don't
drunk
get a
Amish
break.
stories.
The
They got
Amish
the
don't
chin
get a
strap.
break.
They
So
don't get a
We got
break.
some
pretty
They
great
don't have a
stories
chin
out in
strap.
Lancaster.
It's different.
They're pretty peaceful, but they adopt kids at like 8 years old and then like make them drop out of school in 8th grade. Like, and it's basically like a slave trade. I'm drunk, but I'm making my
I was
own.
like, you're not really making a positive case for them, dude.
I'm not. It's a neckbeard
No,
thing.
I'm
man.
not counting the Amish in there because they seem like really nice people. But I swear to God, every time someone goes,
They got-
they have a neckbeard.
There's a lot of
No,
weirdos.
you're
with
right.
neckbeards.
You're right.
Absolutely
A lot of these like young like shoot 'em up like white nationalists did. Yeah, it's a neckbeard thing
Yeah,
lately.
I don't understand it. It's not flattering. It doesn't make sense.
No.
It pretty much advertises that you are going to do something bad at some point. in your life.
Yeah,
Or did
it's
it
like
least-
it's like
I'm
if
just
you're-
gonna
if you're
go
driving around-
here
if you're driving
to
around
show
in a
you
van.
that I'm a moron.
No, if you're driving around in a van and you get out and you've got polyester pants and Velcro shoes on, like I'm going to question your character.
Mhm.
And
Velcro shoes
it's kind of the same
Neck
with
beard,
like
Velcro
a neck beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
I
so
get it.
I heard that mentioned, and
Yeah.
I wanted to chime in on that, but I wasn't up here yet. So
No, it's okay.
You're spot
Yeah.
on.
We
Though.
all
Spot
felt
on.
the same way about that.
What you drinking on?
I am drinking a slut water.
Oh, nice. The OG of the
Ah.
sparkling.
My friend Bob Johnson
The
titled
seltzers.
that. Yeah, it's the hard seltzer. It's like the national drink of super white girls, but it's really handy when you don't want to get too loaded. You can just
Yeah.
get a tiny bit loaded.
You
Yeah.
think
Right.
that. You think
Yeah.
that,
That's
but
what-
after about 5 or 6 of them, they really start to kick in.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, that's what happens with PBRs. I was like, I'll drink these today. Next thing I know, I'm like 15 in. I'm like, this wasn't a good idea.
You're in jail again.
Three or 4 of them. I'm so sick of them. I can't drink them anymore. So it's a good way for me to not get too wasted when I'm doing a podcast with a bunch of guys I don't know, except for Rodney.
Yeah.
I
know.
Yeah, well.
Without getting wasted.
It's
No, I drink the
terrible
hell out of
that
those things when I'm doing
it's
yard
terrible
work.
that Rodney is the only one out of us that
I
you know
know.
because he's like
It
the
is.
worst representation of all of us.
He usually broadcasts from his shed.
This is
Yeah,
one of the
yeah,
benefits of
really.
being like the wallflower back of the guy, the back of the room guy. Because I was the guy hanging out when everybody was, I don't know, leaping forward towards them. I had the common sense to be like, I'm just gonna stand back here against the wall and be the guy that's not the one they're singing about.
And that's why you
But
always
no, we actually ran in a lot of ran in similar circles. We had a lot of overlapping friends. I think I worked with bands that I was saying, yeah, I thought I was remembering you working at Wawa, but I think I DJ'd at Wawa Hut when your ex was bartending there.
Yeah, that was his
I believe
place. That was
Kurt
his place.
Used to bartend there.
And Ginny bartended there. Ginny was She-Fire in the Cycle Sluts. She was there. I was across
Okay,
the
all right,
street.
maybe that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but
Yeah, and I was across the
right,
street from
and
Alcatraz.
but yeah, that and
No,
I
you
was
were
going to
at
say,
the
yeah, and
Alcatraz.
I was just going to
Yeah.
mention that Alcatraz. I just saw that the other day. Alcatraz is closing up. That was
No,
I
Alcatraz.
can remember seeing many shows there.
No, the pyramid's closing up. Alcatraz
The
is
pyramid's closing. You're thinking of
Oh, I'm
pyramid.
sorry, yeah,
Alcatraz
Pyramid.
was far. Alcatraz
Yeah.
was on St. Mark's and Avenue A,
Yeah.
and when it opened, we were all like, oh my God, the neighborhood's going to hell. Like there's a bar on the corner. Like it was so pre-gentrification and we didn't even know. Like we thought it was a big deal. There was a bar there. But that
now
place
they're like,
was on for
we
years.
have to close down the park and shift the arch over 3 inches because it doesn't line up with NYU.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a little different now.
Yeah. And I think there's a sushi place there now. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
yeah. But Ginny
There was a lot of bars back then, even like Lismar up. What was Lismar on Second?
Yeah, Lismar
Second
was on
Avenue?
First Avenue between Second and Third, and that's where a lot of stuff.
First, yeah, right around the corner.
That place was really important.
Right around the corner from the Hells Angels clubhouse.
Yeah, and a lot of bands kind of got their start with this. We did. Cycle Sluts wouldn't have existed if Lismar didn't exist.
Awesome.
So that
So-
was
Right. Well, that's I used to work with a bunch of bands that played down there in the basement. I
Yeah,
remember
it
having to
was- it
lug
was a
equipment
dump.
up
It
and
was
down those
disgusting.
basement stairs.
Yeah, it was disgusting. It was a dump, but the owner was Chinese man who owned a bunch of like shitty dive bars in the East Village, and I think we were the first people that made him money because we were all booking shows and doing stuff in there. So he loved us and he just let us have free reign. So a lot of great shows happen in that terrible, leaky, awful, dirty room.
I was going to say, I can remember seeing, some of the bands I remember seeing down there is just like, really? They played in the basement of a bar? Like
Jane's Addiction
like
played
Carnivore. Like I remember seeing.
there. Yeah.
I'm sorry?
And Jane's Addiction played, like bands would come into town and then they would look for the cool place to hang out, and it was the Lismar, and then they would have so much fun that they would want to play. Like Jane's Addiction played there.
Right. Well, like
Joe Walsh got up on stage one night.
yeah,
Nice.
Lismar was more of the seedy East Side end instead I think like what was the downstairs bar off of what was it, McDougal? I don't know. The trash. No. I forget one. There's one you had to go downstairs. It was another one of those basement bars around the corner from Bleecker Bob's. Oh my gosh, 35 years ago. I can't remember.
Scrap Bar. Scrap Bar was McDougal.
Yeah.
Scrap Bar was another historical place where all of the rock stars, when they came to town, would end up in that bar hanging out. Yeah, Scrap Bar was awesome.
Right.
Like the old hideaway in Honolulu.
You mentioned the Cycle Sluts before Boogie Buzzard started mansplaining everything about rock and roll, and then we tried to jump in and tell us about the origins of the Cycle Sluts. Like,
well, as mentioned, we started at the Lismar. It was a bar that we were all like everybody was working in bars because it was just the easiest thing to do back then. And we had a friend who started this, who took over the Lismar, and we were all working there. And he came up with he wanted to do, at the time, a lot of like biker rock and roll got big. It was like, mid to late 80s. And it was right around the time that Zodiac Mind Warp came out and Gay Bikers on Acid. And so we were all kind of this mindset where we were doing this sort of 70s meets 80s biker thing. And so he came up with a night that he called Cycle Slut Days. And so we had to, put together some entertainment. So we did like an all-star thing, and we were putting up flyers for it. It was just a group effort. Like it was everybody that worked there. It wasn't a band, and people freaked out, over the name Cycle Sluts. And, that gig was.
well, wait, let me just pause you. And I don't want to be like, I'm not going to be the mansplainer, but
No, go ahead. Please.
fuck, they would freak the fuck out even more now.
Yeah, well, Facebook just made me change the name on the page because I very loosely run the Cycle Slut page on
Right.
Facebook. I forget about it most of the time, but I got a note that we can't call ourselves Cycle Sluts From Hell on Facebook anymore. We have,
But isn't it a trademark name?
Yeah.
it is, but it doesn't matter. It's offensive now. So I
right.
CSFH.
That's why I'm not on Facebook.
What the
Jesus.
Yeah.
People hate me being offensive.
Yeah.
Even though I may or may not have been purposely offensive.
Some of cancel culture is necessary, but a lot of it,
I agree.
a lot of it is just over the top. And the problem with Facebook is that it's all bots. It's not a real person. So you can't discuss it with anybody. They just pick out keywords, the bots, or whatever they have,
the bot
pick out
detection or
keywords and then you're
whatever
screwed.
their algorithms are to filter.
Yeah. But anyway,
that's terrible,
people freaked out. And so then we were like, well, maybe we should try to do a band. So then, we were just fucking around. Like, we were like, all right, let's do a band. So we did, we kind of put together this band with a few of us, with 4 of the girls and some guys. And it just, people just wanted it. Like, it was, we really didn't care. And then, like, our first gig was at the Pyramid, and it was packed. It was like packed to the gills. And then Joey Ramone was our friend and hung out with us, and he loved us. So then our second gig was opening for the Ramones at the Ritz. So with
the Dickies too, right?
Yeah.
My wife was there as a young girl, right? Like 14 years old, right? And she went to see the Ramones and the Dickies.
Yeah.
And then these like women come out on stage and they're singing songs like "I Wish You Were a Beer," "Got You by the Balls," and it was empowering to her, which is cool. Like,
yeah, especially back then, because it wasn't that long ago, but it was 80s, and there wasn't as much female empowerment, that's for sure. So
no, it was like back then. It was like, like you had a lot of women that were in the hardcore and metal scene, and then their asshole boyfriends were like, "Here, hold my purse while I go to the pit," and like, no, that's not gonna happen.
What?
The Bleach Blonde Bitch songs, which did it for me when they played.
My wife just said the Bleach Blonde Bitch song. Yeah,
it was called No Short Blondes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we had this theory that whenever your boyfriend cheated on you, it was always with a short blonde. Like, it never
right.
failed.
Yeah. That's funny.
So, but everything that we were doing at that time was not, we weren't thinking about empowerment. We were just goofing around and having fun. And it kind of blew up regardless of our unprofessional behavior,
Yeah.
So that's how it started.
And then the next thing you know, you're like in Europe with the Motorhead.
Yeah. Well,
and very few people can say that, because we all some of us have brushed shoulders with Lemmy. You actually, so to me he's God, and I think the most metal people, that's God.
Right? Yeah, to anybody's music he is. Yeah.
But you actually spent time on in the world, out there with Lemmy.
We spent a lot of time with him, and he ended up becoming a friend of mine after that. And, we stayed in touch till he died. So there was after those few shows, there was a bidding war. Everybody was getting signed back then. Everybody, White Zombie and Circus of Power and Lunatics, and were a little bit after us, but around that time, there was this explosion in New York where everybody was getting a record deal. So there was a bidding war for us, and we went with Sony.
It was 2 years before Seattle, right?
Yes,
and then
which destroyed it for us.
Right.
And
yeah.
for all of the new bands, Seattle destroyed us.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, pretty much.
No,
Seattle
completely. Everyone was like, "Oh, Nirvana." I'm like, "Fuck Nirvana." They ruined rock and roll for me. So, but we got signed to Sony, and then I can't remember how it happened, but somehow that tour was arranged. I think they bought us onto it, and Motorhead had to approve it. And then, and then we were in Europe with Motorhead, and it was fucking great. They were amazing. So
yeah.
yeah. Yeah. But the interesting thing was, or the story is that we were signed by this guy named Tony Martell, who was big at Sony at the time. He had the TJ Martell Foundation, and he, signed Michael Jackson, and he did a lot of really important things, but he was an older man. And so Tommy Mottola took over while our record was being made. And Tommy didn't want to have anything to do with what Tony had put together. So
like Mariah Carey guy?
Yeah, her ex-husband.
Okay.
So he didn't want to hear from the Circle Sluts, right? So we didn't, the record was never properly released because they started to put it together, and then they put us on tour. We were in Europe, and we got the album, and it was a butt on the cover. Like, it was this terrible, terrible, terrible album cover that arrived, and we were like, oh, okay, we have a pink album with a butt on the front. Like, this is it was so Spinal Tap. And then we had
so for collectors out there, what do you say that would be worth? I don't have it, by the way.
Well,
that just, for some reason, it just clicked in my head. I was like, well, that's got to be rare, right?
It's actually pretty easy to get, I think, at this point.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that many people want it, but there was a butt on the cover, and then we did this amazing tour. Like, we started out pretty green and not knowing what we were doing, and then, we went all through Europe with Motorhead and learned so much, and we were fucking awesome by the time we were done. And then we got back to New York, and they were like, sorry, dude, you're dropped. So that record was never properly even released. It was just made, and then they kind of sold it quietly, but there was nothing. So I had to get a job. Speaking of bars, I was like, all right, my rock and roll career has ended before it even began, and I had to get a bar gig, and I started working at, Rodney, you might remember this place, the Pit Stop, which was another fucking hole. And I was
so many.
I know, it was on 3rd Avenue, maybe, or 2nd Avenue and 13th Street. And the Hells Angels used to come in there and beat everybody up. It was just terrible. And
that's the worst part. It's nice when they come in and they're cool. When they beat everybody up, you're like, fuck, man.
There was one guy that would just come in and he would just wreck everything. And,
right.
And then we get dropped. I get this terrible job. I'm super depressed. And then Beavis and Butthead picked up our video, which had only been aired twice on MTV, like 2 times. Beavis and Butthead only did like a couple of pilot episodes because they didn't know they were going to be that popular, and we were on the first episode.
Yes.
So it aired over and over and over, like it was on a loop on MTV, and I was bartending in this shit bar watching people get the shit beat out of them, and then I was on the television behind me. And people be like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you're a rock star. You shouldn't be bartending. And I was like, that means nothing to me. I mean, it's great, but I don't make any money off of
Nobody
it.
pulled my bank account a rock star yet.
Yeah.
Apparently, rock starring doesn't pay the mortgage or the rent.
Doesn't pay nearly as well as people think it does.
No, and it, you know what? And it's like I have like
mine.
Tim and I both have
like a tax bracket.
Tim and I both have like small scale, like, rock and roll success, and we know that, like,
Tim's in 97 bands and still doesn't make money.
If you wanted to, like, to make, if you wanted to make money doing that,
Tim's like Scott Ian. He's on everybody's album.
Awesome.
I don't know.
Except Tim doesn't make money like Scott Ian.
No, he doesn't have a good agent.
I don't know how you would do this and make a living unless you just didn't care about any other aspect of your life, right? Like going on the road is hell. Yeah. It's like everybody thinks it's a big party, but it's literally hell.
Yeah,
It's-
no, I
Oh,
hated
it
it.
is.
I hated
Yeah.
it. The only people that I know that make money off of their music, unless they're like really big, are people that are willing to tour constantly.
Right. And then if you're going to do that, that's fine. But you have to choose between, all right, I'm going to have like a family or a marriage, or I'm going to be a rock and roll guy.
Mhm.
And like, because the only way to make money is to be on the road all the time,
Yeah.
constantly touring.
That was the only way to do it. Well, there was one year we
To
toured
break
for, I think it
even.
was 259 days in one year. And I was dead. We got home and like all I wanted to do was sleep. But then like a week went by and all I wanted to do was go out to the bar and drink. Like, oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then it's hard to readjust once you get back. You're so accustomed to being around too many people and
You're
noise
right.
and all that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like out with, Lemmy and Wurzel. Like
Yeah.
that's got to be like,
Wurzel was pretty quiet, but Lemmy outdid us all. For sure.
Lemmy's Lemmy. He's
He was legendary. He was.
Yeah.
I mean, that's God. That's God. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that I've been served alcoholic beverages by you from like, I don't know, maybe Bowery Ballroom or somewhere in that neighborhood in New York. What are you up to now besides just, give us links to your blog,
To what you're doing.
I haven't written anything in a while, and I have to because I have all this stuff coming up all of a sudden, and like all these people are asking me to write things for them or do readings or do podcasts or whatever, and I haven't posted anything in that blog in months. But I run it's kind of a music management company. It's owned by a woman with some means, and we handpick, a very small group of artists that we believe in, and we're not technically managers, but we just help them in whatever way they need. So
cool.
That's good.
Yeah, it's great. I really, 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 really like it because I'm around music. All of the bad decisions that I made over the years, which are many, I can advise people against.
Sorry to hear that for you. I've never.
No, I mean, you know what?
Right, Chuck.
I'm just kidding.
We've all done that.
Life, But I'm able to still be around musicians and around the business without having to worry about getting on stage, and it's a lot less grief for me anyway. I'm a lot more comfortable behind the scenes than I actually am in front. I can do it. I'm pretty good at it, but it's just too stressful for me at this point, Yeah. So I love working behind the scenes, and I'm very lucky. The woman that owns the company is very generous, and we're able to, right now we're trying to develop some people, and we don't have the pressure of, the bottom line as much as a lot of companies do. So it's been great. And it's been great for me during COVID because I could work from home.
That works out well.
Nice.
Yeah. So and I did have a happy hour that I was doing before all of this, just one day a week, just because my friends wanted a place to get together. But I'm so happy not bartending. I've been bartending since I was a kid. So I wouldn't mind never going back, but
never doing that again.
But never say never, because I always say I'm never going to do something, and then
then you do it again.
Then you never see half your friends.
We're on
though,
the same page there.
Yeah.
Can you plug any of those bands you're helping out?
Yes, we're working with Susu, which is Liza Colby of the Liza Colby Sound, and her friend Kia Warren, who was in a band called Revel and Dimes. It's two rock and roll women of color with beautiful voices, and they're doing kind of a rock and roll blues thing. They're
cool.
They just started, but they did an amazing mashup of Stranglehold and Nina Simone work song. So I'll send it to you guys after this, but it was pretty powerful. Yeah. And we work with a band called The Sweet Things, which are more like a rock and roll boogie kind of Stonesy thing. And we are working. Who else are we working with right now? We what else are we doing? I'm blanking. We're working on a project called Motivation. That's kind of this weird. It's like almost a pyramid scheme with a band, and it's got some big names. One of the guys from I Hate God is playing on the record, and Norman Reedus, I think, is doing something, and Sean,
Really?
Sean from the Toilet Boys, a couple of Toilet Boys people are doing it.
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
yeah, we're pretty excited about those things. And we were working with the Tip from Nashville, but they just broke up. So I'd kind of like to find somebody similar to them.
Well,
But,
Nation band.
We have the Inebriation Band.
No, we don't. We don't have any band.
I'm the face.
These guys think they're gonna teach me in like 3 days how to play bass, like fucking at least the guy in Judas Priest. And we're gonna have a
bass
band.
to your house this week. I'm bringing you a bass on Saturday. You can learn how to play it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just have to play one note.
Yeah. Bum, bum, bum,
They
bum,
keep
bum,
forgetting
bum,
I'm
bum, bum,
Polish and
bum,
I
bum,
drink
bum,
on
bum.
weekends. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, but you like rock and roll, man. You like rock and
Yes,
roll.
I do like rock and roll.
That's awesome.
Now think about it. AC/DC did it, and they love to drink.
There have been many, many, many bands out there who have played drunk
Yeah.
regularly.
No.
Yeah.
Tim
Yeah.
is one of those guys.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys too. But
I've
Yeah.
seen Tim.
we
I've seen play.
we
in
never
4
get to
different
tour with
bands in one
Motorhead.
night.
So
I toured with the Anti-Nowhere League. They drank a
There
lot.
you go.
that's sort of similar.
No, it's a lot different.
Yeah.
This animal sounded
Way
like
different.
Lemmy. He would talk to us like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm, especially now that Lemmy's gone, he's, become even more of a legend to people. So I get a lot
true.
of people asking me like what it was like. But at the time, that was 1991. People kind of don't remember that Motorhead would go up and down in popularity, and they weren't
Yeah.
always as huge
Yeah.
in the States,
True.
especially as people think of them now.
No, they
Early
Motorhead was the band
90s.
that. Go ahead, Boogie. Mansplain
No,
it
I
to
was
me
waiting for
too,
you,
you
Chuck.
asshole.
No, early 90s. I mean, I remember somebody saying when we got that tour, they were like, well, don't worry, Motorhead's way bigger in Europe than they are in the States. Because
No, God no.
Yeah.
If we opened up stadiums to like 100,000 people and put Motorhead there, it'd be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we don't do that here.
yeah,
So.
no. And they never, didn't sell a show, but they were much bigger in Europe when we toured with them than they were in the States.
They were also
Did
perpetually
the same.
underrepresented and
Oh, it's true.
never got the respect that they deserved.
I agree. I agree,
Now
but
it's
almost,
like
I'm happy that
Yeah, now it's a different thing because Lemmy's gone and now Lemmy is gone.
Right.
But at the time it was different because he was alive and younger and people just there were obviously people that worshipped him
right, like me and Tim and
Yeah.
Tom.
Well, think about the movie Airheads, where they had that whole thing like, who would win in a fight, Lemmy or God?
Who came
Actually,
first?
I used to write Kronos as God everywhere.
trick question.
Quick question, Lemmy is God.
I was a big Venom fan.
That's good. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Well,
Lemmy is God thing didn't start till later, till much later.
Right.
I think,
right.
After
Oh,
Airheads.
absolutely. Yeah,
After Airheads.
Airheads, probably.
Yeah. But I will say, Europe was the tour that we did. They were very well received. Everything was sold out. And Lemmy personally, I think, taught me more about being on stage than anybody,
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think that's cool. You could teach other people that.
And Lemmy would always say too, like, don't call anybody a poser because we're all posers, right? I mean, I think he kind of looked at himself that way too. Like I don't go outside looking like this.
I
Like,
call everybody a
this is-
poser.
Yeah. 'Cause but it's true. It's true. And I used to get really mad. I got really mad when bands like Metallica started coming around and they'd say, we're not posers. We don't. And I was like, dude, you're just posing at not being a poser. Like it's all
Right.
It's all, it's all a costume. That whole poser thing, which is actually why that whole thing in our band, the song Wish You Were Here, Hey There Poser, that was like us taking the piss out of that because it was stupid. Like everybody was getting called a poser. And me personally, I always dated the guys that looked like posers. Like if he had eyeliner on and some shitty fake leather jeans, I was all over it,
Yeah,
so.
that one.
So, that was like, it just never made sense.
That's why we were just
Right.
friends. No.
Right, but it did.
I
Because
was not that
at
guy.
the end of the day, everybody's a fucking poser.
Yeah,
right?
It's true.
Like
Yeah.
we all,
that's
I mean, not to get too stupid deep, but we all wear a mask when we go outside.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yes. I always thought that was pretty
I'm the
stupid.
metal dude, man.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think Lemmy got that. I think because he had been through he started in the 60s, he'd been through various bands and various scenes. He got that everything changed and it was just, you just got up and did your thing in rock and roll.
He was also able to say it, and nobody was going to question Lemmy, right?
Yeah.
Like
Who would?
Yeah.
whether you were in a glam
I mean,
rock
even
band,
just with
You would be
or
a
in
poser if you questioned.
Nobody
Mike.
questioned Paul Bailoff either.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I did. I hung out with Paul Bailoff, and he tried. He was like, "I'm going to jump under this window," and I was like, I questioned that.
Yeah.
I grabbed him by his shirt collar. I was like, I don't think you should. He was like, no, I'm gonna. I'm like, nope.
That's a good thing you did then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Lemmy was always, he was always, the thing that I admired about him was that he was always sure of who he was, and he was always sure of what he was saying, and he didn't, he listened to other opinions, but he didn't question himself. And I'm, maybe because I'm female or just who I am, I'm always I'm always doubting my own opinions about things. And he never did, and I think he had the experience and the gravitas that it didn't matter what band you were in, you listened to him. Because who knows better than Lemmy? You know what I mean? He was there before you and he's going to be there after you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure. They got.
Yeah.
I
Even
met him,
still, he's still there longer than everybody else. It's like
Exactly.
you see it most recently with I'm sure
you have all the rock gods. You have David Lee Roth, fucking Elton John, whoever else, fucking
Jimmy
blah blah
Page,
blah.
whatever. Yeah.
But everybody gravitated towards Lemmy, even those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even those guys gravitated towards Lemmy when he was where they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a cool presence. Like I met him 15 to 18 years ago, give or take, in Hollywood, and he was just really, really nice, and he has this presence that you're like, fuck.
Yeah, like a strength.
He's obviously Lemmy at that point. Like he's post 2000, 100%. I knew who the dude was. I tried to play it cool, you know what I mean? But dude, legend, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also very, very nice, open to
very nice.
a young dude just trying to say hi kind of deal and have a conversation. I guarantee you he knew that I knew that who he was, you know what I mean? But I was just like, I'm gonna have a conversation and see how this goes.
Yeah, well, he tried like that because he had so many people. Like every time he was out, and I was around him, he'd have these people just saying stupid shit to him because they wanted to talk to him. So if you came up like that, if you were young and you genuinely were trying to have a conversation, he was pretty good.
Yeah, he was playing the video thing where they take their shirts off and stuff. The more you get right, the more naked they get. So I was like, oh, right here, do this. That was my in, right? Like, oh, if you do this, their titty's gonna come out.
Yeah, he loved those games. He died playing his game. They put a machine in his house, that pachinko game.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Really? Oh,
Yep.
wow. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
he had one in his house. When he was at the end, he was getting pretty sick, I think. So
That's pretty rad. Sad.
yeah, he
also
he would just sit for hours because the kind of drugs that he did, you could just do that. There was a game there was a place, Rodney, did you ever go to Frankie's? The after hours around the corner from the Lismar?
Ronnie took his headphones off because he's like, I'm too cool
I
for
don't remember
that.
the name of half of these places.
It was called, so there was this
It's like,
around
all I remember is
around the corner from
Oh,
the
go ahead.
Lismar, there was this little old Italian guy who had an after hours that was like, it was the size of someone's kitchen, and he had
That's
tiny
great. I love those places.
oh my god, it's amazing.
I think
The whole front was painted
Is that
black, and
close
it was
to
a
the
black door,
Kiev?
and he would only open after the bars were closed, and you had to knock, and he would open the door, and if he knew you, he would let you in. And it was, it was only like, oh my God, I left there at like noon, 1 o'clock sometimes. Like, it was only if you were feeling really hardcore would you go to Frankie's and buy his shitty Coke. And so we would always take lemon beers.
You're always
Nobody
really
likes
hard
shitty
for it.
Coke.
Let's go buy this guy shitty Coke.
Yeah.
What
So
was that
Lemon
joke?
loved
I
it
hate
there
Coke,
because
but
it
I
was
love the way it smells.
That's right.
it was like this tiny, tiny little closet, and there would be like maybe 10 people in there maximum. And he would just, do the shitty Coke and have his alcohol. And there was a gambling machine.
What I would do.
Just play the little
Yeah.
slot machine for hours.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
like
what he would do.
like
He
video
would do the
poker,
shitty
video,
Coke
whatever.
and
And drink
drink
the
them
alcohol.
and play the fucking gambling machine.
Yeah. So I just remember he was just focused on that game for a very long time.
Yeah.
But Frankie's was pretty legendary, and nobody ever talks about it, I guess, because not that many people really went. But man, we spent so many hours in that place.
Nobody wanted to admit their
it's
shitty
not
Coke.
There were
part
so
of
many
the
places that I got
cliche legend.
dragged into without even knowing what they were called.
Yeah. I'm Rodney. I'm sure you ended up in there at some point. I'm sure you
It's
did.
Yeah.
it's not part of the cliche legend that
No, it's kind of like a
Right,
hidden.
it's like
New
there's-
York-
right.
Yeah.
Right.
But-
It's like I'm saying, is that close to like you remember the restaurant Kiev? I think was on Second. Was like a diner. I want to say it was
That place was fucking
it was
great.
either on First or Second Avenue.
No,
Yeah,
It was
that's
like
had
a
great
24-hour
pierogies there.
restaurant. Like, I remember bars
Yeah.
would close. We'd go to Kiev and eat. Like at
yeah,
the time, early night, I was hanging out with Paris from the Cro-Mags. We'd be at like Spiral, and it's like, all right, let's go to Kiev and get something to eat. And it's like, all right, well, let's go here and have some more drinks. Like, yeah, okay, I'm just along for the ride. I don't care. What is this? We're in someone's kitchen or we're in someone's basement. I don't care.
Yeah, like
There's
it was
booze.
just
I'm
weird.
drinking. Oh, what is it? 9 a.m. Okay, I'll have another.
Yeah. So that was one of those kind of places. And that the reason that we knew about it was because when we first started running the Lismar, this little old guy came in and asked for ice. And he said, I have the bar around the corner and they always give me ice. So we're like, yeah, take whatever you want. We went around the corner and we were like, holy shit, this has been here the whole time. This weird little, and then we were in there constantly. He became our friend and he didn't close actually that long ago. Like maybe, I think he died maybe 7-8 years ago. And that's when it closed. Like he ran it up until he was gone.
So this was a legitimate place. It wasn't like one of
Illegal all
those.
that time.
You go through a secret door, then you wind up in the club downstairs.
It was absolutely not legitimate in any way. Shape, or form. I think that he probably paid somebody
That's the
off.
kind of places we like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was it was a fire hazard. And it was, like I said, you had to knock, it was all black and you had to knock on the door and he would open and say yes or no. And it was him.
wow.
He had a woman that bartended for him. Like it would be like one of maybe 3 people that would open the door and they would say no or yes.
That's great. I went to one.
I'm thinking about opening one of those places this summer.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Killer, weird fusions and great beer.
Put it in the woods behind your house.
Yeah,
No.
Excuse me. That'll do well in Sussex County.
It will.
Yeah.
Come on.
It costs you $50 to get around the fence.
See, now with COVID, all bets are off. People can do it like it's all new again. So you can do
Sure.
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Yeah, we're starting from scratch. Like,
Yeah.
oh, like,
That's it. Sell chickens out of your car. Nobody cares.
Yeah, I'm not buying any chickens out of
We're back to grassroots.
I'm just at home. I don't
Like-
ever need
like-
to go to a bar.
we could go, hey, so what do you have coming up next week? What's new? And you're like, I have no idea.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
Exactly.
even know what day it is.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm very lucky. I've had a pretty easy time during this time, and it's been fun not to know what day it is sometimes.
Yeah, and
But I'm
until
ready
you
to get
miss
back and
something
see some
important.
shows.
Oh,
I'm-
for sure. I'm dying.
Yeah.
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 Fucking
We're all
dying.
dying for that.
I'm excited for next
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen two shows.
See a show next weekend.
Oh, you are? Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Tim's
outdoors.
playing.
Yeah,
What
I'm
do you
playing
guys
twice.
see?
Tim's playing, and we're
Oh,
we're also
We're doing the show
podcasting
from there.
From there, yeah.
I've seen two shows. Another band that we work with that I forgot to mention is 10 Ton Mojo. And 10 Ton Mojo did a live stream at Bowery Electric here in New York. And Bowery Electric's been pretty successful with these live streams. And so my partner and I went to see them, and it was just us in a room with the band and a bunch of camera equipment and sound equipment. But it was so nice to hear music pushed through amplifiers, because I hadn't
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
heard it in a year. And so I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy. Why am I so happy right now? And I was
It's
like,
such a
oh, because
different
my ears are
sound.
being blown out. You know, it was really amazing.
And there's
And
something
then-
you said about those super intimate concerts too, where it's just like maybe a handful of people, but
Yeah.
it's like a legit show. Man, like I've seen a handful in some weird places, like the back room of a taco shop or whatever, where it's like 10 people and the band, and it's so rad. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that stuff is really special. And
It's way more rad for you than the band.
yeah.
'Cause,
look, dude, I saw
like the band loves it, but
Yeah.
like
yeah, they're not. I mean,
oh,
yeah,
there's 10 people
there's
and
maybe-
tacos.
No, I get
Yay.
There's maybe more money to be made.
You know, it's
Yeah,
really hard to dredge up the energy to be on stage for that, but
But
right
you have to. You have to. That's your thing.
and this is a time in history that we're not, hopefully we're not going to get back again. And it's
Right.
interesting to see like how the workaround is. And now I'm very excited to kind of get back into it. We went to a show last Saturday, again at Bowery Electric. They're trying to do live shows, and everybody was at a table with plexi between us, and that was,
That's got to be
Really?
weird there because that place is not that big.
no, it was really stifling.
It's
It was
tiny.
really weird.
Yeah.
And there's no way that you're going to be able to keep people from, because it was all people my age. It wasn't anybody super young, and everyone wanted to hug each other because they hadn't seen each other in so long. And we
Yeah.
had this plexi
Yeah.
between you, and it was a little weird. But I was thinking I need to pay attention, and I need to value this a little bit, because this is probably not going to happen again. Hopefully hopefully at some point we'll get back to what we were. And these little shows that we're doing are or that we're seeing are probably not going to be seen in the same way again, So I'm trying to pay attention and trying to really cherish it. And for me, seeing two shows in the last year was like a really big deal.
Yeah.
Whereas prior
I don't-
to this, I was like, oh God, I gotta go see so and so play tonight, or have to, I'm
Yeah.
gonna try not to do that again, where I'm like, oh, I gotta go out and see a band. It has to.
I
get to go out and see a band.
because I haven't been to a show in forever, and I miss it so much.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not a performer or an artist, but man, I love that. I love it.
Yeah, the energy, and just there was just something. The 10 Ton show was really interesting to me, where it took me a second to realize what I was so excited about, and then I was like, oh, because it's loud and it's air blowing at me with music in it. It was just the energy of that volume has always been, to me and to you guys too, because you're rock and roll people, that's really energizing and, for lack of a better word, fulfilling.
yeah.
Well, I got pretty lucky last summer. I lived behind a bar, and they had live bands every Friday and Saturday all summer.
Oh wow! Oh, because it
You
was.
know, I mean,
Fuck
you know,
outside.
it wasn't always crap I liked, but it was live music all summer.
Yeah.
Like this pandemic's a hoax.
Yeah. But it was nice. I got to sit on my deck, drink beers, watch live music.
That's great.
So,
if you can sit
yeah.
on your deck and see live music,
I
that's
hate sitting on my
a way to
deck, so
live.
there's that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
Well, look at me.
Happy birthday, Chuck.
It's that hash.
He needs to smoke more hash.
That's right. No, we
I'm gonna. I don't know about him, but I'm gonna.
it's been a great show.
This way.
We've not only had
No.
we've not only had this idiot Boogie Buzzard on the show,
Yeah, I know.
and me and Groby in the same room in the first time for I don't know how long.
Like 2 months.
Mask
That's
optional.
the three of us got up there and made a really bad
Yeah.
cocktails.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nice.
and we have Raff, Queen Vixen
Chuck,
from
you're fucking beautiful, man.
Oh, he's
From-
high as a kite, bro.
from the I'm high as a kite.
Michael, what's for hell?
Michael, Sluts From Hell.
The name is
Are the
pending
gummies
on
kicking
Facebook.
in?
I mean, you should be able to resolve the name thing though. Like I don't want to circle
I
back
just,
on that. but
you know,
you should be able to. That's bullshit. Like, it really
Facebook is so stupid that if you have a problem, there's no one you can talk to. So I was like, all right, fine. I just changed it to CFSFH, and I'm sure if I struggled, but it's not important enough to me. Like,
Yeah, like it's not worth dying on that.
yeah. If we were an active band, then I would be more uptight about it. But I just keep that page up because people want it, and it's a place to throw photos when
It's
I find them.
just so lame. That because I am a social justice warrior.
The coolness is
Can you
flowing
that
through
drum
his
roll?
I
vertebrae.
really
Playing
am.
music?
But
Yeah.
there are like, let's be realistic and actually help people and do things that matter
Mhm.
and not just be idiots. And that
Yeah, let's censor a group of women that fucking made a name for their band, and
right,
that's
let-
so stupid.
like
And whatever, but I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, it's really for you, it's not worth putting the effort to fight the
because there's no live human that you can talk to. It's just
right.
It's just everything's automated. They don't have a customer service department or anything, and
Yep.
Facebook is huge, so they just cherry pick words. And
That's all it is words.
yeah, so
But
you
isn't
know,
the
Thought that all
whole
those
point
words
of
would
like
work out too.
That's it.
So-
I haven't been on Facebook
at the
for
end of
over
the
4
day,
years.
wasn't like
He's a child molester.
at the end of the day, wasn't like Psycho Sluts From Hell like more like at the cutting edge of woke in 1990, 91 than
I like to think so, but a lot of things I catch myself because I come from a different generation, an older generation.
right.
I catch myself saying things that aren't politically correct anymore. Like I have, all my gay friends, I call them fags, and I'm like, oh, I can't call him a fag anymore. And I had a friend here today, and he's my age and gay, and he was like,
All right.
"Don't tell me how to fag." He was like, "I'm sick of these kids telling
Stop
me how to
mansplaining or
fag."
fag-splaining to me.
Right.
So it's that kind of thing
Raff,
where
it's not your gay friends who get offended by you saying fag to them.
It's other people.
It's people
No.
who don't even have a gay friend who get all up in arms about somebody using the word fag because that might not be politically correct.
No, it's
Yeah.
their sister or cousin's
some of
gay,
it,
but
like,
is also
some
super
of
sensitive.
Groby can attest. We grew up
Right,
saying,
some of
saying the
that's
word
right.
Fag, like, don't
No,
be such a wimp, don't be a
Boogie-
fag about
Boogie-
it. It's like,
Boogie, I agree, but I also
can.
think like some of cancel culture is
On
is,
Easter, I use the word fag more than I have in a year.
On
Only,
Easter?
No.
only because my brother-in-law was there and he's gay, and
Yeah.
I do that just to get the looks from him. And then
Yeah.
he commented on my fucking rainbow bandana, and I called him a homophobe.
no,
So I flipped the whole thing on him. And,
no,
and my daughter and my nieces and everybody were cracking up. They thought it was funny.
no, but
Yeah. I
but
mean, you have this.
some cancel culture is
It's necessary. I
Yes,
necessary.
I'll agree.
I
Some of
agree.
it's acceptable
And-
cancel
and then-
culture.
and
Some
then-
of it needs to be canceled.
Exactly.
And then there is the extreme, which is like, fuck, man. Like, I agree with you on some shit, but I can't get down with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's it's hard, and if it's a bot, like say it's Facebook, and it's just a bot,
Right.
like, looking
It
for
has
people,
no
Right.
idea.
Algorithm
there's no.
program.
So that's the thing. If I had a person to argue it with, I would do that. But I was like, I can't. I have video gaming to do right now. I can't. I'm trying to argue. with
Right, right. I have something way more important to do than this.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta go clip
Well,
my nails.
Yeah.
I gotta say this: we can't just sit here and talk and drink all night long.
But
What I will say is, I thank you for being on the show.
Absolutely.
It's
You're
awesome.
Fully
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
you.
Welcome. You're welcome anytime.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You
Even
were
when
there.
other
No.
people are on, you're welcome to come on and
Can I just chime in if I see?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
You could jump in the comments and be like, "Hey,
That's
throw me
something
in."
you want to promote.
because-
Just
Chuck,
The-
send her a link to
Okay.
every week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I do
one
have
of us has a trigger word. You go, oh yeah, I want to be in. Go ahead.
Maybe I'll send a couple of my bands. to you. I'm
Next
sure they'd
time,
be
bring
happy.
some of your
Please,
fag
yeah.
friends with
Actually,
you, and then
Rodney-
they can get all up in arms.
Yeah, I'll bring the fags. Rodney, 10 Ton Mojo was Scott Lano's band. Scott was in a band with Kurt, so you know Scott very well. So I should send him to
Right.
you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks
Yeah,
guys.
I saw his. Actually, I was working.
No, thank
Like-
you. When I think I had just gotten out of boot camp and
You
was
said
always
this band's
a
a
huge
huge.
Motorhead fan, but like, it's tough back in the 80s for like 80s, 90s for machismo men to accept the fact that there are like women out there that are like
Badass. Yeah.
badass.
Yeah,
I love it, though.
difficult
I love
back
it.
then. It was
Dude, man, the Runaways did that shit in like 1977.
I know, but
That's true.
nobody was
We got
willing
so
to
much
accept
shit.
it then.
They got
Yeah.
Runways got so much shit.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they did. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
They had
nobody
to go
and,
get big in like Japan, right? That's what happened, I think.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's what happened. But they talk about like how mean Rush was to them when they were opening for them. Like, and they were young; they were all teenagers. So
Yeah.
and Tim and Tom and myself will say,
We hate Rush.
"Fuck Rush."
Yeah.
Fuck what
God, I hate
Rush
them.
has to say.
but yeah, it was definitely different. And that was one of the, I will say that was one of the great things about Lemmy is that he just saw women as people and he never had
Yeah.
an issue with any of that.
Lemmy had no issues with anything. That was his whole thing. He was all accepting of everything. He didn't have like a racist
As
bone
long,
in his
as long
body.
as it was rock and roll,
Yeah.
you were cool.
Yeah,
When,
yeah.
when you think about what his idol was, Little Richard, a gay black man,
hmm
and he loved him. He was just like, he is the best.
Wait, Little Richard's gay?
No,
Literally, at some point every day in the tunes I'm listening to, Little Richard comes on.
I
yeah,
love Little
Yeah.
Richard.
Yeah, right.
I love Little Richard.
Of course.
I love
That's
you
the
guys.
best.
Definitely everybody loves Lemmy. I
Who
think
wouldn't?
like yeah, but the powerful like all women bands like while they it's definitely a struggle, but I think like for me specifically like when I saw like the Lunatics in like the early 90s and stuff like that was like wow, this is killer. You know what I mean? Like there's a cool band full of rad chicks that's just killing it, you know, like it,
Yeah.
and I think it helps probably get away from some of that misogyny and
Yeah,
that
it does.
bullshit
Yeah,
that, like
for
totally.
sure.
people grew up
It,
with, 'cause
it
you're like,
adds
wow, I
another
respect-
voice that you need these different voices organically.
Yes.
So it's great for young women, right? Like I'm a hashtag girl dad, right?
Yeah.
It's great for young women to have people like that to like look towards, and then for young men growing up to see that and be like, wow, chicks are badass. You get that mutual respect. So that's awesome,
Yes,
and you guys,
agreed.
help pave that road. So good for you.
I hope so.
Dude.
I hope so. That makes
Yeah.
me happy that you think that. I hope so.
It's important to humanity in general that we can look at, even if it's in humor and jest, like by the balls or wish you were a beer, whatever. If we can look at that and understand the humor in it,
Is
and
this the
also shut the fuck up, dude.
I'm just
You get what I'm saying?
I do.
If we can embrace all of those cultures of rock and roll and say, fuck, man, we're not misogynist, we're not it's not a misogynist world. It's a world for rock and roll. And I've met so many men in my life that couldn't keep up with a woman who really knows how to rock and roll. And
Yeah.
For the record, all the bands I hate are men.
Rush.
Faith No More, No FX, the Beatles.
Whoa, let me like the Beatles. You better recheck.
I don't care what I don't give a flying fuck if Lemmy like the Beatles. They suck and they're overrated. The Rolling Stones are where it's at if you're gonna go to that.
You like them too.
I love both of them, but
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
I'm with Raff here.
Am I off the hook now? Is
Cheers.
I would say run away. I would say run while you can, and then pipe in when you want.
Listen, thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Great to talk to you and meet you. Via Zoom. And I
Raff.
hope you enjoy this. And I'm gonna pop back in. I'm gonna start listening to you guys, and I'll pop back in here and there.
Nice.
Yeah,
And you're truly has 5 alcohols.
We're
telling you, Chuck, send her a link every week.
way
She'll
more
just get drunk and
ridiculous than
forget
that.
she's not really supposed to be a guest. She'll just show up.
I like that, like a sneak attack.
All right.
All right.
You.
Cheers.
Thank
Thank you.
Have a great night. So I poured a beer.
You did?
Yeah, I did. I poured a beer. It's from the Brower.
I need another drink.
I poured 2 beers.
From the Brower. Well, I poured another one, but it was the same one I had earlier. So this is a new beer. It's from the Browery West. What's up? Oh, okay.
He's farting or something.
Did you guys hear that? I farted. I held that in the
you son of a
whole
bitch.
time.
I heard
It
an
was on
alarm
Thanksgiving
going
at
off. I thought it was your
Gentleman.
butt.
Oh, look at this.
I drank one of these
Nice.
from Rushing Duck in
Unfortunately,
What is
when
it,
I let it out,
uh,
my wife was
Chester,
in the room
New
and just
York.
looked at me with disgust.
All right.
this
go
is
ahead.
really good. I'm gonna take a ride on my next day off and buy these.
Well, describe
Nice.
it to
So
us,
yeah, so I got the Browery West. It's called Dog Ate My Homework, and it is a blackberry ale.
Oh,
It's an ale with malted barley, raw spelt,
You're young, Grubby.
fucking Hallertau hops, black currants, and blackberries, and it weighs in at a commendable 7 alcohols.
now where is this from?
It's Browery West. It's
Me and
spelled-
Grubby are drunk.
And
you
where
guys
is it?
are. Bre-
And we're stoned.
BROUWERIJ West, as in like the cardinal direction,
Yeah.
and they should be out of San Diego, California. No, San Pedro. Excuse me,
Whoa.
San Pedro, California, 90731. So yeah, so because I just went home I just went home to San Diego this last weekend and the first couple of days to deal with some family stuff and whatnot. And so I went and snagged up some brewskis to have with the fam, and I saved some for the show.
Well, my wife brought me out during the broadcast a lambic. And
You see that? Look at that color before I steal your show. Sorry, but just look at the color. It's got black currants and blackberries, and man, it is red, but it tastes good.
It's homosexual.
You're
because
homosexual.
of the green screen, you really can't see it. You know, the green bottle.
Yeah, the green screen kind of throws shit off.
Well, this was given to me by Eddie from Powerhouse Tattoos in Montclair on my birthday show.
Shout out to Powerhouse Tattoos in Montclair.
Yeah, great place. They did
there you go.
this right here.
You see that wing right there? It's a flick.
Yeah, it's a Motorhead one. Let's see if I can get it in there.
Oh, you got the okay.
Yeah, and it's a peach lambic beer. It is fucking delicious, man. Oh my god.
I feel like I've only had cranberry lambics
I've had
and then
apple
crakes.
peach.
Literally, that's all I've ever had is
Cranberry
lamb.
lambics and then crakes, like the
I had
cherry.
only had apple before this one. I love the apple, but this one is like damn fucking good. I mean, yo, it's
Peach.
fucking sweet. Get it?
I like
shit.
peach. I mean, I'll fuck with it. So there's stuff I'll fuck with, like pineapple, peach, pecan pie, and fucking like a turtle, right? Like pecans, caramel, and chocolate on some ice cream. I'll fuck that. All those things. You throw something at me, you're like, oh, it's turtle something or another. I'll fuck with it. If it's
Like
chocolate,
turtle?
caramel, and pecan, or if it's peach, or if it's got pineapple. Like I'll put pineapple on pizza. You guys can get mad. That's all day long. But
I like pineapple on pizza.
There's something great about the
in New Jersey, you're hanging from an oak tree, man.
No,
That's fine. That's fine. But I'm just saying, there's something
Tim,
good about the.
you don't do that here.
No,
delivery and
Tim.
you know what I mean? It's fine.
No.
You know, if you've got the palate of a fucking 4-year-old, that's cool. You eat your chicken nuggies and your mac and cheese, and you do your do. That's
No,
cool. I don't judge.
no,
I don't judge.
No, you don't put pineapple on pizza in New Jersey, man.
You can
It's
put pineapple in your mac and
Robbie,
cheese.
you can
It's
put whatever you
illegal.
want on pizza.
It's
You can
not
put whatever you want
acceptable.
on pizza.
That's right, because
No.
New Jersey's famous for their
It may
pizza.
taste gross, but you can put whatever you want on it.
You know,
You know what? In Chicago, they will.
That doesn't
they will
make it
beat your
right.
ass.
Chicago makes like some sort of half-ass frittata or
That thing-
tart,
yeah.
and they call
Yeah,
it pizza.
That's
That-
true.
that
No, I'm
is
talking
not
about the hot
pizza.
dogs though. So in Chicago, if you order a hot dog and you're like, oh, can I get some ketchup? Like at most places, right? Like some of the big commercial spots, like if you go to Wrigley Field, you're gonna have ketchup.
Yeah,
But like if you go to a regular street dog spot or a little whatever, and you ask for ketchup, they will beat your ass or send you out. They're like,
Sure.
fuck you.
sure. There's
can't put
places
ketchup on
like
a
that.
hot dog. Well,
There's
who
hot
doesn't
dog
like
stands
ketchup?
in New Jersey that do the same thing. You ask for
should
ketchup,
get your ass
hey,
beat
get
if
out.
you put ketchup on a hot dog.
Yeah,
Put whatever the
Unless
fuck
you're
you want on a
under
hot
the
dog.
age of 10, you should
Oh,
get
man.
hit if you put ketchup
Yeah,
on a hot
oh,
dog.
man.
No, I went to
the only thing you need to know about that is in Dirty Harry, where the guy asked
Clint
Clint Eastwood, "Doesn't the murders disgust you in this city, Harry?" He said, "No. The only thing that disgusts me is ketchup on a hot dog. Nobody puts ketchup on a hot dog." And the fat guy's
Hey,
eating it.
And Laura
Tell
said,
her that tomatoes
Laura said I
so
was
he
mean to
shot
Boogie Buzzard.
What?
Laura said I was mean to Boogie Buzzard.
No, you weren't
No.
mean. I think it's the delay, dude. The
Hey,
delay
I want to
throws it.
tell
That's what
Troho.
I told her.
that
It's just a
tomatoes are
delay.
fruit.
Yes. Oh, Mother Earth Brewing Company,
Yes.
Vista, California.
When Stu and Dolly's opened, they had this on tap.
Nice.
And
It's
it
a
was
cream
fucking
ale. It
killer.
tastes like cream soda.
This is fucking
No, the cream
killer.
soda one. Yeah, no,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
bitchin'. Yeah,
This shit is fucking phenomenal.
it's bitchin'.
Fucking,
yeah, it's really
it's like
good. That was
5.2. It's fucking. You could drink this
they
day
make
and night.
other good beers, but that
Yeah.
was the one that I think launched them, right? Because it was unique.
Yeah,
It is unique. I haven't
Yeah.
tasted another beer that tastes like that.
yeah.
Look.
The owner of
Look.
Stu and Dolly's. We went to a beer fest at the Meadowlands.
Grubby, hold that behind you. The other side. Laura
This motherfucker.
didn't think this was living room art.
I think it is.
That's
I feel like
bedroom art, man.
the
You see,
look,
they
a
have
Xenomorph
dark.
and a Darth Vader.
They have
Yeah.
dark
Like-
walls that matches.
I will put it
Yeah.
up
It
over my
blends in.
fireplace, bud.
Chuck, my
Yeah.
wife. I showed your picture to my wife, and my wife asked me one question.
What?
Have you ever met your wife before you asked her if you could hang that up?
Yeah, that's why I thought it was like she was gonna think it was cool.
But no, she whoa.
He's like, I met her. Like a
I would think Laura would say it's cool.
Yeah.
I would have thought so
Mm,
too. It's a xenomorph and Darth Vader, dude.
And instead, when I brought
That's
it
not
out of the
living room
car,
art.
I brought it out of the
Yes,
car,
it is.
and she looked
Unless
at it,
she's
and she
dressing
said,
up
"You
as
can take
Leia."
that right back to where you got it from."
Yeah, bud, I'll take it off their hands.
No, it's gonna go right here in the podcast room.
Well, I need some shit in my room.
Bam, bam.
Or I need to get a
right
green
there.
screen like Tim got. Because
All right,
like-
so we're almost done podcasting because we can't just drunk idiots and
We
sit
got to
here.
do one more drunk news story.
You're right.
Well,
so-
then
so
you do it
these
because
towns-
you have the green screen that says drunk news.
yeah, asshole.
So if we do drunk news, people are going to be like, what are these idiots talking about? Why the
Wait,
guy
wait,
that says
Timmy,
drunk news
Timmy.
behind him isn't talking?
Yo, I am so
But I'm
ready to
drunk.
do this one. This one's
in the
great.
news.
Wait, Tim, Tim, wait, Tim, wait. I want to see if I can
Wait,
do something
what?
for you.
All right,
Hold on,
Oh,
hold
you
on, hold
fart.
on. You ready?
Ah,
Hold on, Tim.
Jesus.
You ready?
do it.
Or shit
I don't
in
know
a
if this is
bear's
gonna work.
ass.
Man, I thought
All
he was
right,
going to
you gotta
disappear.
give me like 3 seconds. Go ahead, Tim.
It didn't work. It didn't work.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, he's
We
got the
just had
music.
one of the chicks from Cycle
It is
Sluts
now
from Hell.
time
on
for
the show.
drunk news.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
Truck man
Yes.
steals front end loader, drives hurt friend to hospital. An injured man needed to get to the hospital, so his drunk friend stole a front end loader, threw his friend in the bucket, and drove all the way to the hospital.
It
A
wasn't
man
me.
saved his
Oh,
friend's life
shit.
and got arrested for it. The friend was injured and needed to get to the hospital. So the other guy stole a front end loader, threw his friend in the bucket, and drove all the way to the ER while drunk. He was later booked for a DUI and felony theft.
I
Hope he learned his lesson.
Sure,
Never
yeah.
help your friends.
I agree with Trevor or Steven Trojanowski. It's not a fucking
No, we'll call him
pizza
Trevor
if it
now
has fruit
because
on it.
Trevor sounds like a
Exactly.
name for a guy that was
Dude.
fucking-
Exactly.
Tomatoes are fruit.
No,
Tomato is a
No,
fruit.
no,
no.
Shut the fuck up with that.
That's science.
Trojo means pineapple,
Right.
fucking mango.
Peppers
dumb
are
shit.
fruit too.
No, we understand, asshole. But you don't put pineapple on pizza.
belongs on pizza.
I'll eat it all day long.
Shut up.
All day long.
Fuck you.
You
Tim.
need to leave New Jersey immediately.
I'm not in.
Yeah.
Yes,
Listen.
Tim, go to Arizona and live with Mikey.
Chuck, what toppings do you
Go
eat?
now.
We're a world gastronomical
Tim?
city,
Fucking
bud. We've
Mushrooms
got
and
good food.
Listen, hey,
Listen.
when was the last time you boiled up a pot of spaghetti and said, hey, you know what this needs? Pineapple. Never.
See?
Never.
I actually
See?
put mango in sauce before.
Yeah, I'm making this nice pot of bolognese sauce. Let me chuck some fucking kiwis in it.
Right.
Try some mango in
That
it.
might not be
It's
terrible,
amazing.
No, it would be terrible.
I don't know that it would.
It would. It would.
I don't know.
Fuck you.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, try it.
Terrible.
I don't know.
Terrible
Oh,
idea.
They got
Roby.
some interesting stuff in Italy.
What?
Pineapple belongs on
I
pizza.
still can't believe that Chuck is younger than us.
Yes.
Yeah, Chuck, how old are you?
Pineapple.
How is it that Chuck looks like he's 10
Well,
years older than you?
Mikey's younger than Chuck.
His beard is a lot older than us.
I'm a
Well,
baby.
Mikey looks like he's 12 and has a
Yes.
glue-on beard.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what though? It's the pickling
Chuck
juice.
looks older than me, and I got 6 years on him.
I know.
So
Like,
Chuck's
I would have never
49.
guessed Chuck under 50. I would have guessed Chuck mid-50s easy.
Boom.
How fucked up
Boom.
is that when I go
Hashtag
out in
40s club.
public? When I
Hey,
go out
Chuck.
in public,
Chuck,
shut up.
Bic.
I'm talking.
Bic
Shut up,
Razor,
I'm
Chuck.
talking.
Maybe you'll look your age if you shaved, you grumpy old man.
Silence when you speak to me.
No.
I am, when I go out in public with my wife, they look at me like I am a
No.
creepy old motherfucker.
Like you little cradle robber, you.
Yeah,
Because
I
she
get the
looks
same.
like she still looks like she's in her 20s, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
Dude, your
is
daughter.
that your daughter, sir? No, right.
I got
Like,
asked that
I'll
at
keep-
work when
I'll
my
keep
wife
your
worked there.
secret.
Cafeteria,
secret about
the
your side
cashier
game.
said, "Oh, is this your daughter?" I went, "No, she's my wife."
Oh, that's cold, bro. Damn. So,
Fucking
like
mediocre.
eventually my age will catch up with me, and then I'll deal with the same shit. But I hope the pickling juice lasts as long as it can.
Mediocre is
doesn't.
killer.
All
It
right.
doesn't, Mikey.
So
I pickled myself for a long time.
I have
you
to
look like
go.
this.
I'm tired of looking at you people.
Yeah.
You've been watching Inebriation, and are we jumping?
Atlantic City, fucking English Town, fucking Lenoka Harbor, and other points beyond
Lenoka Harbor
in
is
North
next week.
Places.
America. I don't know the dates. Next week, the week after, the following week.
We will
Right.
be in Belgium after we get picked up by a TV
Yes.
station.
Yes.
You're goddamn right. we will.
European tour that starts in September.
TLC, Vice, Netflix. If you're listening,
Yes.
Come watch Chuck get wasted and lose himself
Yeah.
while he drives
we'll
by
continue to
cigarettes.
give Chuck hash if that's what's
We-
necessary.
Isn't there
I
some
got
kind of
hash for
animal
Chuck.
rights thing that Tim is playing like 37 bands in?
Next
like
weekend, right?
Why
That's
we like
next
dogs,
weekend.
man.
We're Inebriation. We love you, and we are getting the
And we
fuck
love
out.
animals. That's why Tim is playing, and we're doing a show from there.
And
Look at me, I ain't got nowhere. Kids laid under my square. So listen to my story, it's not a fable. I'm goddamn well to give up to the table. I'm all about I used to be young. I'm still on me and back to son of a gun. Now straight at you, baby. Fuck that, come straight to hell with me. Take me out, I'm straight and fast. I'll tell all that cause it's a fact. I may be just a drunk and a bad I live it out cause I'm the fucking dead. I'm all about I used to be young. I'm still on me and back the son of a gun. Now straight at you, baby. Fuck that, come straight to hell with me. I fucking know. I ring the old conscious, what do you call me? My arms are so naked I can't see. But give me up a split for chop a line. Now it's time you'll see this whole get shine. I'm over, I used to be young. I'm still on me and back the son of a gun. Now straight at you, baby. Fuck that, come straight to hell with me. I'm over, I used to be young. I'm still on me and back the son of a gun. Now straight at you, baby. Fuck that, come straight to hell with me. Fuck that, come straight to hell with me.
love that one.
Nice.
All right.
You
seems like
assholes
everybody
are
else
still there.
Yeah, I'm still
We're
here.
still here.
Ah!
I was gonna say you guys bounced.
Yes.
I just sent a text. Where's the after party?
I've got Carnitas tacos with my name on them.
Well,
Is Tim the
You
only
know.
one we lost? Did Tim say
Grubby and
yes?
Groby and I are ready to go out and have a cigarette and
I
fuck
was
you
gonna say-
guys. So
Can we
Sounds
come
good.
back in like 10 minutes and do another show
no,
Why?
without
I'm
a
gonna go get
guest?
some tacos.
No.
no.
But gentlemen, it was good. Good
Fabulous
story.
as always.
Hey, Rodney, thanks for hooking that up. That was an awesome interview, man.
Yeah, she was good.
That was killer. That was killer.
I wish there was a little bit of pre-interview before the interview, so
Why?
we kind of had some areas to talk about. But her
Right, hey, what
talking
you got
about
going on?
Lemmy is always fun.
That's
Do
true.
you not know what show this is?
Yeah, I do. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
and if
That's
you
why
saw
it's
the
hard to
text
get
ahead of time,
guests.
everybody was already drinking before time. Like,
Yeah, we were drunk before we
I
started the
forgot
show.
We don't do research.
Yeah.
but good job. I thought it was
All right,
awesome.
Chuck, you're flat chested. You were in that band. Nice.
Oh,
I don't know. This still says live. So
Oh,
are we
shit.
live on YouTube
Yeah,
live or
we
just
are.
live backstage live?
We're live.
It still
Everybody's
says live here, too.
Everybody say
Oh,
something
shit.
fucked up.
I've got carnitas tacos with my name on them.
Nice.
So
And
Yeah, I have a pizza without pineapple. Waiting with
I'm not
fruit
lying.
is
I'm not lying.
jalapeno peppers. That's a fruit,
do
right?
like
Because it
jalapeno.
has seeds.
Yes,
no.
that is an acceptable fruit on a pizza.
Jalapeno peppers is an acceptable
Yes.
fruit.
Yes,
I dig it. Yeah.
not pineapple,
do
not
both.
kiwi, not mango.
I've never seen a pizza with kiwi.
I have.
Really?
Yes,
That's weird.
All right. Well, guess
I
what?
felt like punching them immediately.
Guess what?
We're out.
Fuck you.
Yeah, we're done.
We're
Bye.
out.
Bye.